Field Team Vlog number 5. Well, this round we went to several places. Went to Bethany Lakes to try out some fishing there, and then we went to the Sonic Pond, do some fishing as well. That was kind of rough for us because didn't get too many fish. I think we only ended up getting one bass. Had lots of misses, but we did get the one bass. But luckily did make up for it when we went to the pond behind In-N-Out Burger. We call it the pond behind In-N-Out Burger, but officially it's called Eagle's Nest Pond. It's a catch and release pond that City of Allen has, and we used to catch some really nice looking bass there, and then not sure what happened, but we did also get some nice bluegill, and sure enough we was able to get that at least one bruiser bluegill, and we posted that on the fishing bulletin board that we have. But that said, it's been a pretty good week for us. We were able to break away those 3 times during the week, and then this morning, Saturday morning, we were able to hit Denison Dam for a chance at some striped bass. In the action shots, you'll see where we initially started out with a 6-weight fly rod, or correction, an 8-weight fly rod, traditional fly rod, and we were catching these carp. And had a real rough go. We could smell the lake was turning over, so they had that sulfur smell. But there were fish there, just weren't able to hook up with any striped bass initially. But then after a while, had to go change out our cameras because we were running out of battery on the one, or yeah, we ran out of battery on the one, and switched it up and started seeing some surface activity, and once we found the pattern on what was happening, we were able to hook up with them there, and we'll go right into the action video show you how that went. But bottom line, we ended up getting 2 striper, about 21 inches in size, and we were able to use our 8-weight switch fly rod, and that did make a difference because we were able to do some quick casts as well as some distance casting to where they were. At times there were a fair amount that would have been hard for us to catch them using the other fly rod that we had bought. But bottom line, it was a great time out there.
And here's a view of the one carp that we had caught. That's the first fish of the day. It was a rough go, and then we started just working different areas, and sure enough we were able to find this guy. What we were doing, just kind of walking the different pools and taking a look at different things and seeing if we could do some sight casting to them. And in this case we did. Unfortunately this one was foul hooked, didn't take our fly, but he did put up a really good fight, and we'll get him here to shore here shortly, and then we'll let him go. And not sure how big it went, but put a fair bend in the 8-weight fly rod we were using. There's a view of him up close. We'll be letting him go here shortly.
Okay, what's happening is there's a run right here, and the birds are kind of hanging out, checking things out, and then sure enough, when the striped bass come in, they start tearing up the bait fish, and the birds come in and start eating, and we've had several runs so far where we weren't ready for them, so this time we're just going to wait, and hopefully when they start hitting, we'll be ready to cast. Right out in the distance, we can see some hitting on the surface, just at the tip of our pole here. You see them? What they're doing is they do a circle, and somehow they end up over here, and hopefully we'll be in range with the 8-weight switch rod here, and maybe we can hook up with them. Wish us luck. Okay, a little bit closer now. They're over here by these rocks, and what we want to do is wait till they get right into this run, and hopefully we can get them.
Okay, so in this shot you'll see that they're definitely hitting on the surface right in that run, and we're getting our cast in, and unfortunately they're not hitting on this fly, but we were able to find the pattern with this next one, and this guy hooked up with us. And put a nice bend on that 8-weight switch rod. And we didn't bring a net, so of course we end up catching some fish, and guess what? this round we were able to keep them on the line and actually put them on the stringer.
Striped bass, baby, striped bass.
Okay, so we're gonna grab this one and put them on the stringer, and unfortunately we had to make a real quick move because right after that had another school come right into the shallows, or in the run. You can see him hitting on the surface, and we didn't hook up on this one. We had to make some adjustments as we tangled with the fish. You can see a better view of that first striped bass here. And we're using that stringer that we like using for kayak fishing. But, they came back again, and we were able to get this guy to hook up. There's a view of the pattern that they were biting on. This is one that we picked up from Green River Outfitters down at New Braunfels. Tried different flies, and sure enough, that was the one that worked. And also, what we also noticed this round was while we were coming or leaving, we found out that the road that was closed by the spillway is open now, so it makes it a little bit easier to get there instead of taking the back way or crossing over into Oklahoma and back again. And there's a view of the tail race. What we're doing is we're just fishing those different runs, different pools when they quit generating, and end result is if you able to find out where they're at, sure enough you'll get a hookup. In this case, what triggered us to pick this spot was we saw a bunch of these birds, white egret, blue heron, just kind of hanging out waiting by this one run, and every once in a while they'd start hitting the surface. Looked like they were eating some bait fish, and what was happening was the striped bass were tearing up the bait fish, and whatever leftovers were there, the birds were chowing down on them. And so we noticed that they would make this circle around the big pool and end up in this run. So yours truly decided to just wait it out on this one rock and bring the switch rod, and if they were within range or if we could get the cast in there, we did it. Here's one, our second striped bass this round. And of course, as soon as you find the pattern and they're getting bites, they start generating. So the alarm went off. We headed back to shore, watched the little wall of water come out as they were generating. They started generating, so we kind of called it quits now. But you can see them just off in one section. You'll see them over there just popping on the surface right there. So there's striper here. And here's a view of the two stripers that we got. They're about 20-21 inches in size. Put up a really good fight on that fly rod. All right, till next time, we'll catch you later, and good luck and good fishing.